My name is Ai Weiwei, and normally they call me a Chinese artist. Sometimes it also says activist. Mostly I spend time in Beijing, except past half year I've spent more time in Berlin or Europe or different locations. And I have been practice art since late 70s. And this is a city which I had my first art show many years ago, 2004. So for me, it's very special feeling to come back to this city. And also, this is a second show about Chinese art. Last time when I was here, we had a show with Sigg's collection called Mahjiang, and today we have this China's Whisper, and which may also bring back a lot of memories. I was forbidden to move for past 4 or 5 years. So I have to catch up my study about what's the other part of the world is like, which is very important for me with my, I needed to be more a balanced view about the world. So I traveled to Middle East, in the Europes, and because this refugee situation also offered me this possibility. And I have a great curiosity, and also I learned a lot through my involvement. And we are shooting a documentary film, a very, very large film, which we have 7 or 8 shooting teams in different locations. In all the locations we mentioned before, now we still also have in France and Italy and Germany and Arabic nations. And the film is a 1.5 or 2 years project. So now it's only like halfway through. I'm here, I'm very happy to answer any questions you have, and we can have some kind of conversation. Thank you.
You now live in Europe, but since we're here to talk about the difficulty of expressing your art in China, is there any way you could consider living again in China? And if you could tell us more about what are the main obstacles of expressing your art in China?
About my situation, I should consider myself temporarily left China because still China is, for me, the safety is not it's not certain. I still have this risk because I still have many friends still in jail, lawyers or activists. They are still being detained without a clear trial or without any kind of explanation. And so to work in China become very difficult for me because if I hold my principle to freely express myself, like what I did before, that my reality probably will end up in jail, which is it's a very rational conclusion.
Yeah. A question for yourself and for Mr. Sigg. Are you at all concerned that the M+ Museum will be independent and that your collection will remain intact and that works by Ai Weiwei won't be removed?
I'm quite convinced that the building will be delivered. The museum M+ will open in 2019. Also, Ai Weiwei's works, I think it's 24 works, will be there. Will they be shown? Will they not be shown? We can only guess at this point in time. There is a debate about freedom of speech in Hong Kong, which has been accentuated by the umbrella movement, of course. And we just closed the door of the very first exhibition, M+Sigg collection. And after, well, thorough discussions with authorities, actually all works of this exhibition, some very political, some even regarding like Tiananmen 89, could all be shown. And this was a strong signal beyond the art community for the city of Hong Kong. What will be in 2019, we could only speculate. I think it doesn't make sense now to do this speculation, but it's my sincere hope that all the works can be shown in Hong Kong as they could in the past.
Hi, one follow-up question. What's your next project for the refugee crisis?
Yeah, it's in, my project is in continuity. It's what I'm working on is a film. It's a documentary film. We have been shooting over 600 hours. I've did like 100 interviews with all kind of people, politicians and refugees or priests or NGOs, all kind of people involved with this crisis. And the film is going to come out next year. And yeah, now we are still doing last shootings. Since the refugee situation is continuous, it's never really, doesn't seem it's going to be stopped. So we still have a difficulty to even to stop our shooting.
I'd like to talk about the role of internet. You mentioned earlier that internet brought the exposure of the Western art to artists in China. Now, internet has also been a very important vehicle in your own artistic process. Could you try to imagine where you would be today without internet?
They built a great firewall, and which is very effective. It can censor anything. Myself, it's the first thing they tested it, because my name cannot even be tapped in Chinese internet. It would come out the words as illegal words or sensitive words being used. Sometimes the whole article will disappear. Even people tried to put a photo of taken from my back. They can find out that's me. It's very interesting. Now if you type my, this Chinese app, you can translate. So if you type Ai Weiwei in there, they will come out fat guy. So you can see the system is very sophisticated. They even can somebody work on it. As a translation app, you have to come out something. So they would translate Ai Weiwei as a fat guy. Because on the internet, many people call me they cannot call my name. They would say the guy with beard or the fat guy. So it's very, it's a reality in China. So that made me overexcited for a period of time, because it made a lot of young people taking me as a very symbolic gesture or attitude toward this kind of authoritarian society. I know I may never be success, but still it gave me an illusion. If they give me a certain period of time, maybe that will happen. But what happened to me is I got detained and I got all kinds of troubles. Yeah, now I'm not in there, so I don't worry about that much about what happens in China now.
How would you describe your relationship with Mr. Ai Weiwei?
Don't tell them.
Question. Are you friends or?
Very colorful, and sometimes intense, and sometimes our opinions overlap, and sometimes they don't. And it's always a very high quality time spent when we are together. That's my perspective.
And what will you show him now in his stay in Switzerland? So besides art, what do you do together?
Well, we have the whole world to discuss. Yeah, it's not just art. And since his life is art, is life, so the subjects are unlimited.
Thank you very much.